David Hume was born on May 7th, 1711. He's one of my favorite philosophers and, in my opinion, one of the first philosophers suitable for grown-ups. To understand his ideology, you have to understand a simple division. This is the division between rationalism and empiricism. Rationalists believe that truth can be arrived at deductively. You sit on a rock and you have access to a cosmos of innate ideas and forms. You think, therefore you are, and you deduce the truth through thinking. Empiricists, on the other hand, believe that the truth is arrived at inductively. By going into the world, we accrue impressions of things which make us who we are. Hume fell on the empiricist side of this continuum. He wrote that we are bundles of impressions and that, quote, "For my part, when I enter most intimately into what I call myself, I always stumble on some particular perception or other of heat or cold, light or shade, love or hatred, pain or pleasure. I never catch myself at any time without a perception, and never can observe anything but the perception. When my perceptions are removed for any time, as by sound asleep, so long I am insensible of myself, and may truly be said not to exist." Rather than believing that he was a firmly fixed entity with cognitive access to universal truths, Hume believed that the influx of physical sensations catalyzed his mental activity and made him who he was, which itself was always in flux. Yet, in spite of the rather humble way with which he saw humanity's place in the cosmos, Hume was discernibly optimistic and a beautiful writer whose gentle personality comes through often in his philosophy. He wrote this in a famous passage: "What beings surround me, and on whom have I any influence, or have any influence on me? I am confounded with all these questions, and begin to fancy myself in the most deplorable condition imaginable, environed with the deepest darkness." Most fortunately, it happens that since reason is incapable of dispelling these clouds, nature herself suffices to that purpose, and cures me of this philosophical melancholy and delirium, either by relaxing this bent of mind, or by some avocation and lively impression of my senses which obliterate all these chimeras. I dine, I play a game of backgammon, and am merry with my friends, and when after 3 or 4 hours' amusement I would return to these speculations, they appear so cold and strained and ridiculous that I cannot find it in my heart to enter into them any further. And there we hear a philosopher in about 1739 happily admitting the limitations of philosophy itself.